Good morning. It's Thursday. Let's chat. So, what I've been up to this week is basically quilting. I know some of you have been like, when is she going to quilt that quilt? So, I have it on and I've made a few videos during the week. But I want to state this is not a tutorial. This is just kind of sharing. I've had some people say they're following along because they've never known how much work goes into a quilt. And, often tutorials are this little piece, which I've done and will do. But this isn't a tutorial. This is just showing the struggles of you doing a big piece, but it is possible. Now, I'm doing it on my Sweet 16 handy quilt. Is it handy quilter? I think it is. And so I have the 16-inch throat space, but you can use your regular domestic machine. I've often wondered, what if you turn your machine sideways like the sit-down quilters are? Would it be easier? I don't know. I used to quilt on my domestic too, and I never turned it. At any rate, that's what I'm going to be doing today. I feel like I've got my oomph back. We've had some sadnesses in the family, and so that's still kind of ongoing, but I'm getting back into a little bit of my normal. So today, you'll get to see quilting, and that is where I'm taking you. Okay, enjoy. I have the quilt finally on accurately. The first time I did it, my brain was out of gear and I put it on wrong and I couldn't quilt it right. And I thought, why am I doing it fancy? The design is beautiful. It speaks for itself. I'm going to do an all over design with flowers. So I've got it all rolled up and ready to start in the middle and just do an all over pattern. And once I start, I'll try and film my start and how it is. It will be awkward because it's so big, but I should be able to do it. Okay, I want to just step in here and talk about how my quilting design. Back when I was first learning on my long arm, my old long arm, a good friend who was an excellent quilter told me practice squares and triangles and circles and spirals. So I did a whole section of spirals on my quilt. And when in the end, I couldn't get it perfectly round, but because I naturally wobbled, had a look like roses. So I played with that through the last, I don't know, that was probably 10 years ago. Played with that. So that's kind of what I'm doing on this one. It's easy for me. My mind knows it. I have muscle memory. And this is kind of the design. This is the design. And I'm going to try and show you. I'll use this pin here. I started here, and you make the big circle about the size you want, and you keep going around until you get to the center, and then you go back between your lines of the circle, and then you can come off and do a leaf wherever you want, or make a line of leaves to get you to your next spot. So basically, I just wanted to show you that I more sketch my quilts when I'm quilting than I actually do quilt a pattern. I sometimes make it up as I go along. I was looking at a table runner I did for my daughter, and there was looked like a sunflower here and a rose here and just nice leaves here. So just what I feel like. It's sketching. It's more thread sketching than it is actual quilting patterns. So just wanted to put that in there.
Okay, so now I'm setting up to quilt. I drew my bobbin thread up and pulled them both together. I'll do a couple of stitches here to lock it in, and then I'll kind of get it set up to go. You see, it's really bulky by my body, but I have it pretty much in the middle. There's a safety pin there. You'll probably see that in another video. So I'm just starting a little bit, then I'll snip the threads that I pulled up. And again, adjusting the bulk. And I'm leaving these videos on so you can kind of see how you just keep having to adjust the bulk in the quilt. It's really kind of amazing how it'll get stuck, and then you'll have a little blip and it'll maybe make a corner you don't want to make. But I'm kind of making a circles and leaves. And then after this, it'll just be sped up, and you won't have to sit through this the whole time. So I'm going to do the whole width of those rolls between the two rolls before I move on. And I do have the glove on, and I use that little foam bat so I can put pressure and get a better grip on the fabric when I'm moving it. I'm sitting here in my sewing room. I'm getting ready to quilt some more, but you can kind of see what I've done so far. I just haven't flipped up over the machine to see the back because I like to check it every so often. I don't really, when I do a quilt, when I free motion quilt, I don't really follow a pattern. And this time I just wanted kind of wobbly circles so it could have an appearance of roses and leaves. And I just do them at random, whatever size I feel like. It would probably look better had I follow a pattern, but I generally don't. So I'm going to put this on the little stand so you can watch me do one or two. I'm going to move, I've already done kind of a half of this little section. So I'm going to move it so I can start working the other way. And I have a new tool. When I started the first video, I had one glove on one hand and a little bat holder on the other hand, and that worked really good. But this tool, these hoops that you can kind of see back there, Martelli is the brand, came with my Sweet 16 when we bought it. The lady had included that in the sale. So I decided to try it, and I kind of like it. So you'll see that in this next little clip. Here's my safety pin where I started to go this way. I can see I got off track because I missed a whole section right here and did a section there. So maybe I'll start right there. And then I'm going to work to that end because I did work, but you probably can't see the quilting. I worked to this end already. So let me put my fancy dancy little hoop. It's Martelli. It says 8, so it's probably 8-inch. And it has like it's not sticky, but it grips the fabric. So I had no instruction in this, but it has this little notch, so I assume that I just slip it under this part of the foot right there. There might be a better way to do it, but that works for me for now. Okay, so let me see if I can make it closer. See if that will work. Okay, I'm setting up for quilting today since it's Thursday, so I have re-rolled things and I had to roll this end. And what I really like about these bike clips here is that they will hold wherever I want. Like, they don't have to go around the roll. Like here, I had to roll it up because of the threads there. It kept pushing my bobbins off and I could just remove them. So I used a bike clip. It's almost like a little clamp and it really holds tight. I made a little room in here. I've got my Martelli hoop there, which will grip the fabric for me. I was using my glove and this little bat thing, and it works good, but I only have one. But still, it's okay for smaller projects, but I thought I'd try the hoop for this bigger project, and it works really good. So that's what I'm going to work on actually today, and I'll have some more videos of quilting that I did the last couple days. I'm going to let this video go for another minute or so of me quilting. You can watch it, choose to watch it or not, but I'm going to end now because I'm having a hard time with my editing program. It's been a bear this week, and it's taken me nearly a week to get this finished, so I'm using the recorder on my phone to finish up and to say thank you. Thank you for watching my vlog. See you next week.